Hi, it's Aaron and Simon with Assets and Arbitrage. Um, it is Tequila Tuesday, although typically we wouldn't have a show right after yesterday's show. But we think we have the opportunity to sit and chat with Crypto Rick. I'm not sure if he's running behind or if something came up, but either which way, we are gonna let the room start to gather.
Yeah.
Want to say something, babes?
No, all I want to say is the same thing we'll say. We start off, always be stacking, stacking, stacking with sats. Your Satoshi, stacking your ounces. We just say, even if just one, I say just 1 ounce a week, one silver round a week, we recommend. When you're getting your silver rounds, you want that ASC, American Silver Eagle. There's other ones, the Canadian Maple Leaf, and so
What would have been a good idea is if we were prepared,
uh,
if your cousins were prepared, we would have had them down here. I guess, do you want me to go run and get, but then I still have to sort through all of it
you
to find the
do,
different ones. The buffalo one I like. I
yeah,
call it the buffalo nickel.
there's a buffalo round, yeah.
It's not what it's supposed to be called, but it looked like the nickel.
Here down here, they have the Mexican Libertard.
Libertard, we got
So,
that.
you want to be stacking, those kind of, because those are name brands. So what happens, name brand is in that hierarchy that Aristotle put together about money. It is universally recognizable, right? When you come with an ASC, everybody know that's an ASC. You go to AppMax, they have their own rounds, and there's nothing wrong with getting those, but they're not universally recognizable. But when you come in with an ASC, Maple Leaf,
A Libertard.
Libertard, what's the one that goes out there in
The Philharmonic.
Philharmonic? See, those are like universally recognizable,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna pay a little bit more premium on those. So
Do you want me to
understand.
grab the silver?
And no, it's
No.
okay. And then when you want to buy your silver or gold, if you want to go up 5 ounce bars, 10 ounce bars, the premium comes down, right? But it's just a hand drawn bar, hand poured bar, I should say.
Hand drawn, like Tino hand
Yeah,
draws it. Hand poured, y'all.
hand poured bar, and so you get lower premiums, but they are not universally recognizable in that regard. So they had to be tested, make sure that it is silver 0.99. You sometimes when you catch your maple leaves, they're 0.9999, four nines. Just means it's been refined one more time.
Bars.
You have to see how it has been stamped. So and then you got your MS70s that we like to talk about. You collect those, and those they appreciate value very well in the way they are. I guess as the numismatists see it,
The numismatist.
they're almost perfect. So you can see it. You see the stamp, you see all the little things, and those.
It's perfectly
Yeah,
minted.
yeah. So those are.
And it doesn't have a lot of what would the word be, babe? It doesn't have any, not deficiencies. It doesn't have any defects. That was the word I was looking for.
Oh, defect.
So
Yeah.
MS70s would be perfectly minted. They can't find any defects. And then the numbers go down from there. So like MS 65 or
Yeah.
something is pretty good. But if the number is really, really low, it doesn't mean that it's not a valuable coin. It doesn't have its value. It's just not perfect in its mintage, or it somehow got damaged over time, maybe oxidation or something weird like that. Sometimes people find coins through family members. People pass away, going through their stuff. I remember my dad had all sorts of stuff. He had all sorts of coins, and we had to go through them. And my mom was like, "Is this silver?" And I was like, "Chill out. No, it's just a 50-cent piece. Relax." But we did find a good amount of constitutional silver by accident, but he probably did keep them on purpose,
Yeah.
right? So stuff like that. And then people would like to go and try to get their stuff, what we call graded, in order to determine its grade, which is like MS 70, MS 65, MS 54. They'll grade it.
Yeah. And out there, if you guys are familiar with APMEX, you go in there and you'll see they have what they call emergency strikes,
Yeah.
right? So that's an
Emergency
emergency
first strike.
first strike. So it usually comes from, where's it come from? The Philadelphia Mint, because there's a big mint in Philadelphia. If people didn't know, it might be the biggest mint in the United States. That's where you went to you went to that. You went down there to that, right? You said it was
No, I went
a
to,
field trip.
but that was in DC. We went to the place where they print actual money,
Ah,
but
okay.
not in Philadelphia,
You didn't go to
babe.
the Philly. Yeah, they got a big mint there. San Francisco is a big mint. You'll see emergency strike, first strike, and those are coins you want to jump on.
But this show would be more interesting if we had the stuff to show them. We have first strikes. We have all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we didn't.
It's like doing show and tell without the show.
Yeah,
We just telling.
We didn't prepare to bring stuff out because
Yeah, we were waiting, but if he's not coming, we'll also talk. We'll talk about some other stuff too, y'all. We just like
yeah.
chit
So
chat.
and so people, you have to understand, gold is all time highs. So silver is at close to a 90-to-1 gold to silver ratio. So you want to be stacking your silver, and they say 40 or 42, between 40 and 42. If the ratio gets there, then that's when you flip and you start buying gold.
Okay, baby. So hold on a second,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a crypto group. They are not as versed in precious metals.
Okay.
So if we could just rewind just a little bit and really simplify what that ratio means. When you say 42, like what does that mean?
So what it actually means is it's very simple. How many ounces of silver does it take to buy an ounce of gold?
There you go,
So
baby.
now it's like right now it's at 90. So it takes 90 ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold.
Right.
Right. So you want to start. This is a good time to buy silver. Build it up, build it up, build it up, and then when it gets to 42, as
Where it just takes 42 pieces of silver.
as Mike Maloney would say, 40 is what CEO Andy Sheckman would say. We're right there in that range. Then you flip over and you start buying gold.
Right.
But also, you use your silver that you've already stacked up, you cash it in and buy the gold. You can also buy the gold with your income that you have coming in, and then you do the same thing over and over again. This is how you run with precious metals. So you always keep an eye on that gold to silver ratio so that you can understand what you should be buying and what you should be trading in for and transferring to. So you take one asset and you transfer it to another asset. And that's what we do out here, as investors. It's hard to trade on the stock market. People don't have time to trade.
They don't have the skill to trade.
Yeah. So this is a way that you could just easy move this to that, and you'll be making more money. Because once you get to 40, then it'll move down. It'll move down and get to 30, it'll get to 20, and then it'll widen out. And then once you get to about 40 and it's widening out, going 40 towards 50, then that's the time that you can trade in your silver. I'm sorry, you can trade in your gold for silver. And you just do this back and forth, and this is how you make money. On the precious metal market, like I said, APMEX, they will take the silver back from you if you just mail it in, and then it will pay you out in fiat currency. And that's the easy way if you have a local coin dealer shop.
I'm just going to get 8 ounce just so we can show them.
Okay. If you have a local coin dealer shop, you can sell your silver there and get paid out. So these are ways that you can make money with silver and gold. Some people like to also be involved in platinum, palladium. They're a little bit more expensive, but still it's nice to have a little bit of platinum and palladium. Also copper, right? So we talked about silver being an industrial metal. So it's still used for value and wealth, but it's also used industrially. We spoke about this in phones, laptops, computers, solar panels, and things like that. So it makes it, people really need silver. And the price is being suppressed by a cartel, the cartel led by Jamie Dimon. And they're suppressing, putting out, spoofing, doing all these things that really suppress the market. But everybody needs it. Apple needs it. You need it in your iPhones, iPads. You need it everywhere. You need it everywhere. So silver is really, it's really industrial and it's of wealth. So,
Sorry, baby. I'm
so,
so sorry.
so that's what silver is good. Gold is pretty much as well. You can use gold in certain things, but it's not really cost efficient. So people prefer to use silver. And then there's a thing about there's a thing about when you use silver opposed to other metals in certain things like computers with the heat. The heat you got to use the correct industrial metal in these products so that you don't want your phone overheating and your computer overheating if you're using a lesser metal. So silver is renowned, it's necessary, it's needed around the world. So the price is gonna go up. We just like our silver bugs as they call them. We just wait, we sit and wait. We have low time preference. It's went up very long. We got in silver, it was $11. It might be $26. No, I don't even go look at it every day because it's a low time preference. Talk to me when it's hitting this all time high because that's what matters. It's hitting its all time high, so that would be resistance. If it can break resistance, then then we're going somewhere. Okay, so she's got some silver rounds here.
And I just want to show you the silver and the gold.
What's this?
That's the gold. That's the ounce of gold.
Yeah, so this is we bought this off of Atmex.
But I just want to kind of show them a few things. But hold on, I want to talk to the person. Ooh.
Okay, so
Well, I want to welcome channel name says, bro, if you have no exposure to Bitcoin, get a little. They want Bitcoin to go up, not gold and silver, because it kills jobs that employ people like making phones. Phones die if gold goes up too much. 62,000 paper ounces of gold set in the price for physical gold. They will short it as long as they can. Thank you so much for joining us, Channel Name.
Yep.
We do get where you're coming from. I can understand that. But like we said, you want to get exposure to whatever rocks your boat, right? And I understand that
yeah, so
you may be Caucasian, but for the African American community, I think it's imperative that they get some exposure to precious metals.
yeah, so in that regard, yes, you'll have exposure to Bitcoin, and then sometimes it depends on how long you've been in the game, the Bitcoin game. You might take profits and put them in precious metals to protect the profits that you made because of the volatility of Bitcoin. And it depends on your age, where you're at in your life, if you're retired, if you have what you call a set income, or if you're young.
Fixed income, you mean?
Fixed income. Or if you're young and you have time to work. So these things all matter. It's age appropriate, how you're going to do it. But yes,
preference.
Yeah, have exposure to Bitcoin. But if you need to take the profits from Bitcoin, if you buy Bitcoin at 16,000 and it went to 72, and you took profits and you rolled it into precious metals to protect the profits in case there's a large pullback, because we've all been in Bitcoin. We know 80% pullbacks happen. So you might want to just take the profits, put it somewhere safe, and then continue to have exposure to Bitcoin. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
And we are Bitcoin maxis, so don't ever forget that. But it's also good, I think, to have exposure to tangible wealth, right? There is something to it. Gold and silver, They're high frequency. It's why jewelry is a big thing. Before jewelry became fashion, it was thought of as almost medicinal,
Yes.
right? Because the silver,
Yes, so
right? This is the Philharmonic. Hold on, let me do it the way YouTubers are supposed to do it.
you hit the camera, right?
No, yeah, you gotta do it like this. So this is the silver Philharmonic, right? This is one of the universally recognizable coins that Simon was mentioning earlier. I just want to show you.
Philharmonic out of Austria, I believe.
Okay, and this is 1 silver ounce, right? Now, this is worth more than the $28.38 that silver is worth today because it is universally recognizable. I think hubby bought it eons ago.
Yeah, that's back in the day when it was $11.
But we just kind of want to show you just to have something tangible. If you have small children, again, and you're homeschooling them and you're getting them a wealth mindset, a
Yep.
growth mindset instead of a lack mindset, stunted growth, these things are good to have.
This is a 1 ounce
Yeah,
gold
I gotta do
coin.
it the YouTube way.
1 ounce gold coin, Bitcoin.
So
you
yeah,
know,
so we bought the one
best of
ounce
best of
gold
both worlds.
Bitcoin, right? Because that's what we do. But it's good. We let the children actually play, even though this is extremely expensive. You tell them and show them what the value is. You let them clank it around. You let them order it, right? We go on there, we let them order stuff that they love. The kids obviously love money. And they've been in Mexico for so long that they don't have a lot of exposure to dollars. If that is Mexico City, it's driving me crazy. Um, so this is grams though, right there.
Look at this. Is that silver or gold?
This is silver and the gold one's in the back.
Yeah, those
So
are
we're just showing
grams.
you all the different types of silver and gold that you can get exposure to, and typically, I don't want to force it out. Typically, so just the different forms that they can come in. So this is grams.
That's grams of silver.
So the children picked this out. It's grams of silver in the form of a $100 bill. It's even got the security mark on there to make them feel, like they have some exposure to the dollar. Now, granted, the dollar's dying, we get it, but to them, this is nostalgic of when they used to live in the US. So this is grams of silver, not quite an ounce, and this is grams of gold, right? And the children ordered this. Simon and I, we wouldn't order this. But the children ordered it, so it's theirs. We don't bang on them.
Yeah, so and also just to bring it in, bring your children into
It's a way to
the
engage
buying
them.
process. So
Right.
it engages them. They pick out all kind of coins. They have Marvel coins.
They pick out things they just think are just cool.
Yeah.
It's a way to introduce them into investing. Of course, our children absolutely have Bitcoin. Right now, the way Bitcoin investment goes, it's not as interesting as them getting to purchase and have something tangible that they want to invest in. Obviously, the baby likes tigers and stuff, so Tino picked this out, 1 ounce of silver. It's got a tiger on it. This is what they actually call a bullion. Okay? And it's just nice for the kids to be able to interact with these things. And all we're trying to show you are just different forms in which it comes in, something that you may enjoy. They're great gifts for your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, birthdays, godchildren, neighbors' children. It's a way to get children also involved in investing. We don't sell silver. We're not trying to sell y'all anything. We are just talking to you guys about great ways to have exposure to tangible wealth. Because we are Bitcoiners, we're into crypto. A lot of our wealth is digital. You don't really get to interact with it other than purchasing it, right, on the exchange and maybe having it on your hard wallet. This is a good way to, hardware wallet. This is a good way for families to get involved in the wealth building process. And like we said, just some exposure.
And like I said, you can dollar cost average buying silver. buy, once every 2 weeks. I say once a week because silver is going to be about $26, you say?
It's
And
28.38
so,
today.
wow.
Because with gold going up, it's pulling silver along
Oh,
with
it's
it.
time.
So
It's time.
consider
We getting there.
gold to be like analog Bitcoin. When it goes up, it brings the other metals with it. Just like when Bitcoin goes up, it brings a lot of the coins, the other crypto with it,
Yeah,
right?
and
Go ahead, babe.
and it's just good, like she said, it's good to have. It's wealth. You can pass it on. It's wealth that you can pass on that doesn't have to go through probate court.
Nope.
If somebody
It's transferable right now.
right now, you got it. If something happened to me, they got a duffel bag full of precious metals.
And this is for the
It don't have
children.
you don't have to tell nobody.
Nope.
Nope, you just got it. If you need to liquidate it, then you liquidate it and do what you got to do. And that's why we keep it on hand. Definitely, we keep life insurance, but life insurance is different. You got to do a whole bunch of things. You got to get death certificate. You got to, you got to mail it off. You got to mail it off to the company. We got to do a whole bunch of things with life insurance. But on low, as long as you got your Bitcoin and they know the 24 phrase seed, is that how you say it?
The 20, yeah, the phrase seed.
Phrase seed, if they know that, they got your Bitcoin and they got a bag of precious metals in the crib and they can do what they need to do. And still overtime, because we've dealt with this a few times, it takes a little bit of time to get that life insurance. You got to go through things. You got to go sign paperwork. You got to fly back to us. We had to fly back to the United States. Both of us, when our parents had passed, so we had to do that. But it was a lot of work to even just get what we were owed and what was left to us. So you got to have something
When the
that your
paperwork
family,
is not in proper order.
yeah, the family can get quick right now because they might need it.
Right now. So I'm going to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
My father was elderly,
Mm-hmm.
and he passed away on the 25th of June. Okay. Do you know that with Social Security, they're supposed to get paid on the 1st? My mother did not get a check for him on the 1st. That's how fast they turned it off. Takes weeks to turn on, but by Thursday, it was a Thursday. By Friday morning, the 26th, they already had that shut off. She didn't even get that. So if she was in dire need of it, she wasn't going to have it.
Yeah.
Now, life insurance does come relatively quickly. I think she was able to get her life insurance, I want to say within 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
But you never know what's happening within that 48 72-hour period. Like, you just don't know what comes up. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what has been happening. If the medical bills have been just kind of eating away at everything and you're just trying to make it and these are just elderly people. Those are just elderly scenarios. Even with young people, it's like if the breadwinner pass away, there is no check coming next and nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, and we had what we called as I was a firefighter for the city of Cincinnati, we had a bereavement committee that helped when firefighters died. That helped the wives.
But think about how many people don't work for a union and there's no bereavement committee.
A lot of people don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
Yeah.
majority of the people nowadays, they hate unions.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
You know why? Because the unions are for the actual employee and not for the profiting
yeah, this is true.
corporation.
And so, like you said, you have a different kind of life insurance, but we're not gonna go into that. But like you said, a death benefit is a little bit harder to get. The death benefit that's owed to you by your the company you work for, that's harder to get. The union, not the union, the real life insurance comes a little easier. Like
It comes easier, like within 3 to 5 days.
But if you got a duffel bag of precious metals, you got that today. And when you have to deal with, the passing of your parent, it's hard. So you don't really want to be dealing with life insurance, all that. You got something right there already. Let's handle this.
Now,
Same thing with Bitcoin.
we are young parents. At least we think we're young.
I thought it was old.
Of 4 children, And Simon and I, we travel together all the time. I tell you guys know I always say this is my Siamese twin. We're conjoined at the heart. But it's also highly likely, highly probable, highly possible that if tragedy struck, we may actually be together, right? So, in the meanwhile of our 22-year-old trying to figure out how to get in touch with life insurance, getting nothing happens without a death certificate. And during the pandemic, it took us, now I said we got the life insurance policy within 3 to 5 days. After the 20 days it took to get Dad's death certificate.
Yeah.
That was the part I left out,
So yeah, it was a problem.
right? During the pandemic. If something's going on in the world that's delaying things like the pandemic did, you need your funds. For the children, you never know what's happening and the time it takes for us to get whatever we got going here and contacting my employer and getting all of the paperwork together. The children have access to assets that they can start to sell,
Liquidate. They can
to
start to liquidate.
liquidate in order to keep things running. And the last thing, a child who now has to take custody of his brothers, younger brothers, small children here in the house, last thing he needs to be stressed about is where am I going to find the money?
Yeah.
Right? What if mom and dad were traveling, they have their debit card on them, it got destroyed.
Yeah, we got to switch it up. So when we travel, we got to leave a debit card here so that you can have some money. And then,
Well, we don't have to do that now because Sean knows how to just sell it to himself.
yeah, so he knows.
Right?
that.
So Sean, if the card disappeared or got destroyed, like you have to think of all of these backup plans. This show really should be called Legacy Planning. But the show should be called Let's Not Do a GoFundMe. Let's find ways to not do GoFundMes. T. Willine, you're never too late. What's up, love? Thank you so much for joining. We're taking you guys on a silver journey. And we're not trying to persuade you to buy silver. We're just telling you our experience, what we feel is actually uber beneficial, uber practical, for the most part. It's kind of heavy, but it's practical. And ways that no one has to throw a GoFundMe, especially if you have children, you have people who you got mouths to feed till they put flowers on you. That's what Jay said, right? That's us. We got mouths to feed. So we just want to show you different ways that you can really kind of get into the silver and get exposure. Now, here's an awesome thing about precious metals, right? Precious metals still has a custody system, meaning when you order, this is especially through AtMex, but this is typically through most things. When you order, you're gonna get the description here, and you're gonna get a barcode, right? So if you try to sell it back to AtMex, they'll scan it and say, yes, this belongs to Aaron and Gordon Simon. For those of you, hubby's name is Gordon. I know I call him Simon. Please don't ask if his name is Simon. Now, baby, look at this. This is pretty interesting because look, it's
So
got
yeah,
a
especially if
defect.
you never take them out the package, they have to give.
Notice it's got a defect.
Oh yeah.
See, and I'm just now noticing that. So this is a 1 ounce. This is the AtMex printed. This is what he was talking about. So this is not universally recognizable, but it is. Because most distributors do recognize AtMex as one of the major precious metals exchanges in the US, right?
American Precious.
So it isn't, but it is. But naturally, you're probably gonna wanna give AtMex back their stuff so that they can sell it instead of trying to sell this to JP Bullion or Miles Franklin. You understand what I'm saying? So it tells you. Here, it's 1 ounce of silver, so it tells you the weight. This is 0.999 refined, right? So it hasn't been refined that fourth time, which lets you know this is standard ounce of silver, okay? And it comes in this great capsule. They have a name for it, but the name escapes me. But it comes in this great capsule in order to protect it. But lo and behold, Aaron found a defect. So this is what I mean. If I sent this off to a numismatist, it obviously won't be an MS-70 because of the defect here in the corner inside the capsule. And it's not oxidation or anything like that. So it was likely minted with some type of defect, put in the capsule in order to ship for sale. So ounces don't only have to be round, they can be square, they can be hand poured. Now this is 2 troy ounces. The boxes are, because the silver is heavy, sometimes it destroys the boxes. Okay, we were going through our ancient chemet.
Yeah.
Okay, and it shows you it's going to be the Ramses II Egyptian Relic Series, 2 troy ounces, 0.999 fine silver. You're never having to guess what it is that you're purchasing. And because it's hand poured, can I see the Philharmonic, baby?
Oh, yeah. It's not refined. It's not.
Because it's hand poured, it's not as refined as the Philharmonic, right? But it is hand poured. It has a great kind of distressed look. There go the hieroglyphics in the background. Bitcoin Shango would appreciate this. When Cousin Shango come on, I'll make sure I show it to him again. And it tells you this is from the Republic of Chad.
It's country in Africa for those. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get this back or else it's gonna oscillate.
Yeah. I see.
Right? So if you're into that kind of cool stuff, great. The kids love blood and gore. So they thought it would be so cool if dad ordered, oh, this ain't it. Where's my accent? Is this it?
So you got to turn it over.
No, this is the knot of, I'll tell him, that's Dallas Simon's philosophic phase. Oh, here it is. So the children love gore. So you know they're going to try to order the goriest thing ever. It came with a certificate of authenticity. This is during the pandemic. So it was important that they were doing that because there was so much fraudulent stuff going on during the pandemic. Everybody was trying to figure out how to make some money. You never have to guess what you're getting when you are purchasing precious metals. So naturally, the boys wanted to order. This is the Savage Viking.
Yeah.
And look at the blood splatter on his shield. He's got a gold helmet, so the helmet actually is gold. I think it's what, a gram?
Yeah.
It's just a gram of gold. But this is silver. It's 5 ounces, 5 troy ounces, I believe. And then I'm not sure what this is on the back, but the kids thought it was cool. And again, that's us and having our kids engage in the investment process that goes to them. They're engaging in their own inheritance. T. Will Line said, name brand silver. I got 10 ounce, 0.9999. So he's got fully refined silver, but it's not name brand, and it doesn't have to be. There go Cousin Shango. I just called your name. You're gonna live a long time.
That's crazy.
Cousin Shango, we're showing
I
the
like that though.
silver.
You got the 0.9999. You got the.
He's just saying like
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
not,
get those.
but it's still worth 0.9999, right?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the tenets, like we said.
Shango, this is the one that we were showing before. This is Simon and I were going through our Ancient Kemet series. Unfortunately, we do not have a Shango, but maybe you'll find one. And then I'm gonna have you come on so you can show it to your cousins. He said, I'm looking at AdMax right now. And this is what we wanted. We just want to show you all the cool ways we don't get any money from AdMax. Y'all ain't getting no discounts because Aaron and Simon told you to go on there.
Only Miles Franklin.
Only Miles Franklin. Andy loves us,
What
so
happened
he
to
gives out discounts.
he left us a message. Do we have to? He let not
I
come.
have to listen to it, which means I have to turn our mic off.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna listen to it in a minute. Now, y'all know I read my Bible, so I wanted something, right? This is 10 shekels for all my Bible readers. It's worth 10 shekels. So I be feeling like I'm in the Bible when they talk about how many shekels this costs, how many shekels that costs. And this is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Of course, it had to be Babylon. But for my Bible readers, this was a way, Simon found this for me. And this was a way for him to say, it was a gift, baby. I know how much you love the Bible. I got you some shekels. You can buy some stuff now. And it is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, unfortunately. Bitcoin Shango said, wow. So there's that.
Go ahead, read your listen to your thing.
Okay, we're just gonna put you guys on hold just for a second to make sure everything's okay with Crypto Rick. Here. We back, y'all. Something came up. Crypto Rick has an emergency, so we just gonna finish showing you guys some great stuff. Oh, where is your philosophy, Socrates and hypotheses? Where did that? The Gordian knot. The Gordian knot. I just handed it to you, baby.
Well, I thought you was talking about the.
So funny story, right? We listen to Wu-Tang.
Who does it?
What is the name of the song? Bomb Atomically.
Triumph.
Triumph, right? Simon found this, and it's called a Gordian knot. But this is when he's going through his philosophic phase. So every time we pull this out, we got to do the whole verse. We got to do the whole verse. But let me get some other different pieces so we can show y'all what we mean about like the bricks and stuff.
Yeah, and
This
What
is the
is
gold
this?
that we found. My father had this, and my mom didn't even know about it. This is our Bitcoin stuff.
This is interesting. Hold on. This is a Norse god.
Oh, this is a Norse god
So,
to
yeah.
rival our ancient Kemet pharaoh. And again, you can get silver and gold together. Again, it's just a gram of gold along with, this has to be 3 ounces.
Yeah, it's called gilded.
It's 2 ounces. And you know who face on the back? She's like on all of our silver, and it drives me nuts. So when you get new silver now, you know who face printed on there? Your king.
I said he was the king of the world.
Your king. No, he's king of the universe. He was coronated. No, that's no lie. King Charles was coronated king of the universe in one of the most demonic coronations I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Yes, it is. Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
so I want to find the emergency first strike. Go ahead and show them the MS-70 and what we mean by that.
Which one is this? Which one is
It's an MS-70, but I want to find the emergency first strike.
MS-70. Don't tell me where it came from. Or I can't read it.
And this is the ASC, babe, so you can show that too. That's the universally recognizable
Yeah,
one.
let me use this. So.
But that's not an MS-70, baby.
Oh, it's just an
So I'm gonna show you this real quick. This is an African ounce series. Shout out to Bitcoin Shango, okay, Buffalo, Rwanda, okay? And it comes in this great capsule to protect it. But here, there goes the barcode I was telling you about,
Yeah.
right? So when someone scans this barcode, Gordon and Aaron Simon's name come up. As the custodial owners, we know that our paperwork says that this goes to Sean, and Sean disperses it to the children until Reggie becomes of age, and so on and so forth. And it's showing you MS-70. So what that means is that you see on the back, that hieroglyphic, the NGC is the grading authority that says this was minted in perfection, to the highest perfection. Let freedom ring. Thank you so much for joining us. We're just taking you guys on a
And this is MS-70 American Silver
Eagle.
Eagle. If you can see it, I mean, but the thing about that is, like she said, it is minted in perfection, and it says it's worth $1. That's important because if you decide to take your silver across nation state lines, they don't have a
numismatist.
to grade what you have, so they have to go right off of this. So you could have 100 of these, and because they want to tax you on it, you have 100 of these, and it's only going to be $100.
Tax, and they can't tax it at the $100. They have to tax it as though it was worth $100.
Yeah, so
which is really like $4 or $5.
So yeah, so you know, it's good to have these. You build up,
And your gold is
show 'em
gonna
the
be
thing-
like
show 'em the thing.
$10. Sometimes it's $50.
Show them the thing you got to fill up. So you get these boxes from who you get them from? PGCS.
Oh yeah, the grading authority.
And what you do is you fill them up, right? You fill these up. These are all filled up with ounces of silver, MS-70s, you know. So you want to fill these boxes up. You get them, you fill them up. You fill them up, and
I'm still looking for
you
the
know,
emergency first
yeah.
strike.
Sometimes
There
I'm a
we go.
little weird, but I
First
want.
strike.
Yeah.
Boom. First
There we go.
strike, right
There we
there in
go.
front.
Yeah, first strike. So you fill your boxes up.
So as we were talking about the universally recognizable silver, here we have an American Silver Eagle, right? So this is universally recognizable, like a $100 bill. And notice that it is an MS-70, but it is an emergency first strike. And of course, this was struck out of San Francisco
Yeah,
in
big mess.
2020. There were a lot of emergency first strikes in 2020 because nobody knew what was happening or what was going on. Okay, another difference in silver.
And then
So
you know when you say the strike, it's just it's been struck
once.
been struck more. No, it's been struck more times to make it
So why do they call it a first strike?
first strike. Like we need the silver now, but it's been struck more times than in a
Oh,
normal
yeah, I can see
ASC.
that down here,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just has better
And
quality
delivered
to
within
it.
the first 30 days of initial release.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you that, and the granting authority is gonna be on the back. You can see all of the barcode, you guys see that? Everything to let you know this hasn't been tampered with at all. So there's safety in, now you have to keep it safe once it gets to you. But this was the first coin that we showed you, the Philharmonic, another universally recognizable coin. But I want to show you the difference because this is an MS-69, meaning it was struck to almost perfection as it's a 69, right? The grading authority is going to be on the back, barcode on the front. We keep the receipts in a binder, right? So if Sean ever had to do anything within the United States physically, he's got the receipts, he's got the paperwork that says this is issued to him, and he's got the actual asset. And this is the type of pre-planning that we're talking about, the type of legacy planning. Very often, we will pull this out. We will let the kids literally make a mess, looking at the silver, asking questions, saying, we let them divvy it up themselves. This is mine. Oh, I want this one. They'll sit and oh, I'll trade you this one for that one because they understand this is their wealth. This is for them. So it's a great way to put these things in your children's subconscious that you are not in lack. You don't live in lack. You don't live in scarcity. You don't live in the world they want to program you to be in, which is fearful.
Yeah.
There was something else you wanted to tell them, baby. These are all the ASC first strikes.
Yeah, you got first strikes. So there's different things. You got first strikes, which means these are first struck
All
coins.
first strikes.
And then you have emergency strikes when the
That
coins
was emergency
are
strike.
going low. They will have emergency strikes, and they will print up more coins. I shouldn't say print, but they'll have more coins. Right. So you have those that come from San Francisco, Philadelphia, for the most part. You have hand poured stuff. She shows you hand poured with the eye pours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hand poured. So, you have that. It'll have a lower, when you buy it, it'll have a lower rate, right?
Baby, where are the bricks?
Nah, they're in there. There's a few of them.
In another duffel bag, maybe?
Nah, they're in the Beats bag.
Okay. I don't know what this is. It's pretty fly, though. Let me see. Ganesha. I don't know. I must have been going through some type of weird Zen phase. Lord forgive me, because I probably ain't supposed to have that.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. I won't speak for anyone else, but I can hear my ancestors and God speaking through you too. Again, thank you. We thank you, Bitcoin Shango, because you have really supported us on the show.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right, here we go. The Libertard. This is the Libertard. Here we go.
Mexican Libertard.
So obviously, when in Rome, right? Here is the Mexican Libertard. And it looks like the angel on Reforma for any of you who've ever visited Mexico City. And then you never wonder what you have. You have 1 ounce silver Libertard. This is equivalent to Mexico's American silver eagle.
Yes.
It's a Mexican silver angel.
Yeah.
Hence the Libertard. And it says un onza, because it's in Spanish, plata pura, meaning pure silver. And then at the bottom, this was struck in 1984, and it's
Yeah.
0.9999. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it is in Spanish.
But the fact that it was struck in 1984, which we were talking about, well, what, 30 years ago, right?
1985.
The good old days. I'm an
Another
80s baby, the
summer.
good old days.
Mama raised me
Yeah. So
in the 80s.
that's struck 30 years ago, and so that makes it the value go up.
Okay.
And the value goes up. It was struck that long ago.
I don't even have to introduce this one. This is, does anybody know who that is? It's the Lion King. That's when he was holding up Simba. So you know who ordered that? One of these crazy kids. And then you know who's gonna be on the back, y'all. Unfortunately, her ass gonna be on the back.
Yeah, but it's a very valuable coin. Very valuable coin. So you grab these coins, you sit on them, and then one day you do something with them, man. Maybe one day you do something. You want to do something special.
We celebrated buying our first ether, and then we celebrated by buying our little Ethereum. I say ether like Nas, right? Ethereum. And we celebrated by buying a coin when we got our first Ethereum that I think BlockFi is still
Yeah,
keeping.
but I still sit on my theory, but that's okay.
Okay, so Simon was talking about the Canadian maple leaf, another universally recognizable coin, right? 2020, 1 ounce, silver maple leaf.
Yeah,
So we just want to show you the important ones that you want to grab up first before you start doing all of the fun stuff.
Right.
Bubba, I don't know what this is, but it's in Chinese. It is the Silver Twin Dragon Dollar Restrike. So they had to restrike this one. It got restruck. And it basically looked like, when you go to Chinatown, got that from my New Yorkers. It looked like that, the entrance to Chinatown.
Oh,
What is this? Bitcoin?
mm-hmm. And to be honest, we don't buy as much gold, maybe, because of the silver to gold ratio.
But we have some gold coins.
Well, we do have gold coins, but we don't make it a point to buy them now because silver to gold ratio is in the favor of buying silver coins or silver ounces, but not buying gold. So I'm not telling people not to buy gold. I'm just saying silver to gold ratio dictates that you should buy silver. If you're just, you're doing it from the financial level, you should buy silver because of the ratio. It's right to have silver now. And then as the ratio may close the gap from 90 to 40, then you start buying gold. And that's what we're saying. It's not financial advice. But
one of the kids wanted to save up in order to buy some silver, but he's a kid. So it was his own money. You don't have to buy an ounce of silver if you can't buy an ounce of silver. This is the 4th ounce of silver. I want to say this was Reggie Simon because it's King Tut.
That's a quarter ounce.
Yeah, it's a 1/4 ounce of silver. It's King Tut. It's Shango enough. I think, Shango, what you think? Right? It's fly enough for cousin Shango.
I had a Shango. They tore it up.
But we did not in a coin, no, baby.
No, okay. Well, I didn't find them.
These are the Aztecian calendars.
Yeah, those are real good.
Here goes the little buffalo nickel I always talk about. I used to have a buffalo
nickel.
nickel.
American flags.
I had the baby, you know how much stuff it is to go through?
Oh, okay. American flags are nice.
This is the buffalo round we were talking about. It looks just like the old school nickels. I don't know why, but I was like so freaking preoccupied. I was like, we're getting some buffalo nickels. I think I had a buffalo nickel when I was a little kid, and it just like triggered something. It's almost like, all right, we're gonna get you some of those nickels. This is Pi Day.
Pi Day, I love Pi Day.
That's Pi Day.
So here we go. We got I can't take this.
Bomb atomically, philosophy, Socrates, and hypotheses. Here they go, right here.
You got it all?
The philosophy.
So Pi Day, you're gonna have, you guys know what Pi Day is. I'm sure you guys know what Pi Day is. It's March. It's March 14th. 3.1 is we're talking about pi. On the coin is Archimedes. You guys know who Archimedes is.
Archimedes, yeah.
He is a famous mathematician.
And Euripides, right?
Yeah. And
Who's the
so
third guy? I
can't
can never remember his name.
I always remember, I forget him.
It's
But yeah,
say it on the back, but y'all, my 40-year-old eyes can't read
so
this
when you
whole
do
thing.
Pi Day, you buy a Pi Day coin. It is a, what would you call it? A limited mintage, right?
Oh,
So
yeah, tell them about
yeah,
that.
so you only get a certain amount. So those coins are also good to invest in when it's a limited amount. They're only going to make 500. So you go get, one of the 500, and the price appreciation is really, it's a lot on limited minted coins. So Pi Day,
Because of its scarcity.
for my scientists and out there, my mathematicians, celebrate Pi Day, March 14th, and then get you a Pi Day coin, one, maybe two, maybe three, put it in the stack, and
In the coffer.
put it in the coffer, and it'll be there, and it'll be worth way more than you paid for.
Where the Bitcoin maxis at? So we have the Bitcoin in silver and gold because we do like silver. And we like silver because it's affordable.
Yeah,
It's affordable.
go get a little
Now,
stick.
Shango asked the question. He said, "Where are you able to get the custom images printed?" No, we just ordered them, babe. That was what they had, and you just ordered them. You go into like the Egyptian series. I'm looking for some other stuff to show you as well, because I know you said you were thinking about trying to get it started for the kids.
Yeah,
So
and you
this
get the
is
kids
something.
involved. I mean, I don't know what the kids like. They got Marvel, they got the Marvel universe, they got DC
Coming.
comics, they got John Wick coins. If you like John Wick, I mean, they got crazy coins. So
And
yeah,
that's Bastet. I can never say her name right. The Egyptian cat.
yeah. So you could just, and I mean, and then once you start buying coins, it becomes a hobby. Like it's something like you get interested into. Like let me see
Like collecting stamps
yeah, like
or
yeah,
baseball cards.
yeah. There you go. You used to be like, oh, let me go see what I can buy. So it's really, really interesting. We like to do it. Like you
But
just
like the kids ordered a lot of this stuff. That's why you kind of see me like, I know like such and such ordered it, but I don't know what it is or why he ordered it. This is the Aztecan calendar. Remember they were big on that the world was ending. That was in like 2012. The kids thought that the world was ending, so they kept ordering all of these Aztec. But look at the detail on that.
that's a coin you could get
And
great.
then it's Quetzalcoatl, not Quetzalcoatl. What's my man's name?
Guatemala.
Cuauhtemoc.
Guatemala, yeah.
That's Cuauhtemoc. This is the Mexican warrior on the front. And Hernan Cortez killed him.
Hernandez killed in 1425, I believe.
Yep, he killed him because he was a man of the people.
And if you guys know who Hernan Cortez is, he is what would you call him?
Colonizer.
He's a colonizer, but he was a leader in Spain, but he's colonizing
And they
Mexico.
colonized Mexico.
Yeah, so they're coming down. The Spaniards are colonizing Mexico. Hernan Cortez is the leader of this movement, and he got what? Say his name, Cuauhtemoc?
Cuauhtemoc.
Yeah, Cuauhtemoc.
Here go the flex.
And killed him.
So Cuauhtemoc would
tortured him
be,
too, right? Burned his feet, all this stuff, and then he killed him.
Cuauhtemoc would be I want to say the Mayan version of our Frederick Douglass.
And Hernan Cortez would be the version of Christopher Columbus.
Basically, well, he was a Spaniard.
Yeah, coming from Spain and tearing stuff up over here on this side where you actually, we don't want to go into that conversation, but.
But T. Willine, you had said you have 0.999, but it's not name brand. We have, different ones like that too, where it just comes from the mint that you got it from, but everything is displayed on there. It tells you, this isn't 0.9999, but it tells you right on there, 0.999. If you ever get a coin and you don't know if it probably isn't. And this is what we want to show you. It is not easy to get fooled, right? Because everything is always printed on the coin. Even if you're buying a coin from like a pawn shop or a local dealer, the coin itself is going to say what it is and what it has. So if you ever wonder, don't do it. don't engage in that transaction. If you're ever
Yeah,
like,
most
oh, is
definitely.
this silver? Is this silver? Don't fool with it. I don't know where our constitutional silver is
Yeah,
because I wanted
also
to
at the
show them
bottom of
that.
that bag.
I think it's in another bag,
It
babe.
fell. Remember, it fell out as a little. It fell
Yeah, we
out.
tried to keep the constitutional silver in the rolls that they were rolled in back in 1952, and want to know why the paper is like, what is the word I want to say? The paper is like dissolving. But I think there is stuff in another bag because I don't know where the bricks are and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, silver. It gets laborious. You might have to open that back up. It gets laborious. You'll have a whole bunch of silver. It gets heavy. You got to move it around. If you're trying to move around different nation states, if that's your get now.
And if at all possible, if it's at all possible, try to at least get 1 ounce of gold. This is the Ethereum.
Yeah,
This is Bitcoin. I know we have a gold XRP somewhere.
I do. I'm looking for it.
Again, with gold, you never have to wonder. It says on there. Now, Cryptonomics isn't on here, but I think Cryptonomics said he got a big copper stash. Here's a copper round Bitcoin.
Yeah. The kids like that.
So that's a copper round Bitcoin. And again, it's just gonna tell you. Okay, I found a brick and some constitutional silver. I have to go, I'm not gonna go get the other bag, you guys get the idea. But I do need to go put my hands on it tonight just to make sure everything's copacetic. So this is what he meant, this is 10 ounces?
That's probably 5 ounces.
Five.
5 ounces of
This is what
silver.
we mean by the
Hand poured
bricks.
silver with a low. What's the word?
Hand poured silver with low what?
Dang, I can't even. It'll come to me.
But it's just to kind of fill out yours. Very heavy. This is why we're telling you guys, if you have a chance to engage with precious metals, it's antibacterial, right? You can lick it. Like seriously, we're supposed to be ingesting a lot of this. It's supposed to be in the soil, being metabolized during the photosynthesis process, and then we consume the agriculture.
Yeah.
They have something called colloidal silver and colloidal gold, which we are supposed to be ingesting. Our body needs these minerals.
Yes.
And this is constitutional. It sounds crazy. I bet if y'all took some change out your pocket right now, you'd be like, my change don't sound like that.
Yeah. You got so the change.
So
it
we
got silver in
have
it.
a quarter here from 1941.
Oh wow.
1941.
So that's pretty good. Quarter. Anything before 1965 has silver in it. So any quarter, nickel, dime that you receive from 1965 and below,
And some dimes, but they just look regular.
keep.
There's some pennies in here, not sure why, but this is what we mean when we say the kids interact with the stuff. So they say, oh, we're going to put our pennies in there too. I just leave them.
Are they copper?
No, but we be letting them sit down and play with it. So they probably thought like, I found some pennies. I'll put some pennies back when we put it back. But we just have them sit down and engage. They look at it just like we showed it to you.
Yeah.
We just sit there. They ask questions. When we first started getting it, all of the children were relatively small, with the exception of Sean. Sean was already a teenager, but they would clink all of the stuff together, right? They would try to build stuff like Legos with the bricks. We have 10-ounce bars. He's got 2-kilo bars. That's why I said I gotta go up there and make sure everything copacetic. I want to show them the kilo bar, but I'm not sure where Sean hit it. And this, you saw all the dust that came off of it, buried in the earth, inside the house. In the earth. Ain't nobody gonna find it.
Yeah. So.
But try to just get some exposure for people who have like joint pain and stuff like that. What Simon does is he takes probably the heavier silvers and he'll just sit in his pawpaw chair holding it in his hand. He'll sit chit chat. Sometimes he'll fall asleep, but it's not any different than, is that copper? the tech that they do for
Yeah.
joint pain is copper,
Yeah,
right?
it got the copper sleeves for your arm and your elbow.
But the
and your knee.
silver works just as well. It's just that silver is extremely expensive and they can't sell it at CVS inside of a wristband. You know what I mean? So if you have it, you absolutely want to interact with it. Two, when we talk about goal setting, think about as your silver starts, so we call it mail call. Mail call, we know that the silver's coming.
Right.
And you start just kind of piling it up and you feel like you've accomplished something. You have something. I have something tangible. This is my investment in my hand. That my paycheck, they take the what is it called, babe? The 401k out of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? Fidelity tucks it away, tucks it away, tucks it away. I don't get to interact with it. Right? Our Bitcoin, we tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. All of the other investments, we do still have some like silver mining and stuff like that. There's absolutely no interaction with it. This is not fiat. It is not fiat. It does not depreciate in value. Those of you who are in the know, you know that gold is at an all-time high. We do know that JP Morgan Chase is suppressing the price of silver.
Yes, indeed. But it's still pushing up. Still pushing up.
But also understand, like I said, you are actively engaging with your investment. And there's a feeling that goes with that I don't know that I can express.
Yeah.
Now, this belongs to the Viking, but I can't get it on there. So I don't know. Let me read the chats. Shango said, ancient chemist still cool. His cousin follows that path. I emailed the email address. We spoke on it. I know. I sent it to you from the right email address. Lady Bass. I knew I was saying. The goddess Bass. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Different myths and legends.
Is that a cat?
Cortez was a character, a monster, but a character nonetheless.
Yes, he was.
We are at the hour mark. There are 51 people in the room. I don't know how to tell you how much your cousins, Simon and Aaron, really appreciate the support you guys have with the show. Somebody called us eclectic, and I laughed at that. Because I said, okay, yeah, we're a little quirky with, our goal planning and our, world views and stuff like that. There go the kids. Y'all say good evening when y'all walk in the room. Tell the people good evening. That's Reginald. We were showing them all of the cool stuff y'all ordered over
I
time.
haven't seen these in a while.
You haven't seen these in a while because you're not a kid. Tino played with it all the time.
Yeah, we keep him, man.
I don't even know.
You don't even know where Sean be hiding it. I know. I need him to put it
That's a
back.
good job.
It's a long
Do you want to tell them a little bit about how much you appreciate interacting with the silver? How you don't feel like,
I wish I could put some on my wall.
well, come talk to the people. This Reggie. This y'all little cousin Reggie. I'm going to let Reggie talk to you. It's little Reggie. Say good evening, Junior.
Good evening.
That's cool and tighter.
Me? Can I see some of it?
So yeah, this is our middle son, Reginald. He's 16 years old. He thinks
Here, Tina.
he's
They know Tina.
I think I'm Russell Westbrook. Is that what you gonna say?
yeah, he's on the fast track. He's on the fast track to the NBA. So
God willing.
So we gotta support that. He's out here cooking Mexicans.
But definitely
No disrespect, but
No disrespect.
but he's
Definitely.
cooking them. That's who's there. He's cooking them. So this is Reginald. Reginald the third.
It will be a fourth one day.
Oh
Eventually.
boy. Oh boy.
I'm waiting for my grandbabies.
Can I get how old am I now?
I don't even know.
Can I get like 9 years?
That's fine as long as the grandbaby come.
But yeah, we teach them. We go over the Bitcoin. We go over blockchain stuff with him. He's really smart, and because our homeschool is in
Advanced?
STEM, it's in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, and so he's really smart in those fields. He's gonna be a great person.
Been doing that since I was like 8.
So he's been in the game for a long time, learning science and technology, engineering, math is a little tougher. Math is tough. It's a tough subject. Y'all know it. Y'all know math is
I
tough.
can do it. I just don't like it. I don't think.
Yeah, he don't like it.
Well, not like super high level.
Yeah, so math is tough, but we get it done. We get it done.
Yeah.
For my people out there, I can't read the comments.
Oh, Reggie can read them.
It says, "What's up, Reggie?"
Yeah, so yeah,
That's your cousin Shango. Say
we've
hi,
been,
cousin Shango.
Hi, cousin Shane.
He's
for
coming
our
to
people
visit
out
us
there
this
who know
weekend.
math, we've been
So-
working on trigonometry, right? Trigonometry.
Look, you
And
see that
so-
I
space?
like trigonometry.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like trigonometry,
It's
but
a lot to remember, but I
yeah,
I
so
would say it's hard. Like stuff's not. It's not like difficult. It's just like difficult to remember all the.
yeah.
you
So
know.
so we've been on that. We've been on SOHCAHTOA. If you guys in the chat, somebody hit me up if they know about SOHCAHTOA
Math is everyone's cup of tea.
and trigonometry. SOHCAHTOA. Y'all hit me up if you know about it. But it's hard to remember. But we work hard. We work
He
hard.
said math isn't everyone's cup of tea.
No, it's not.
So this is Gordon Jr. That's Dad's namesake.
But for who said that? I don't know who said that.
Bitcoin Shango.
Remember,
Math isn't everyone's cup of tea.
math is
The
The
universal,
language of
the
the
language of the
universe.
universe, universal language.
there you go. It's a universal language, but it's the universe. It's the language of the universe, and it is a language. Like if you go and you're doing something in trigonometry in Japan, it's the same thing as it is in the United States. It's
And
a language.
Russia.
It's a language.
And the
Math-
scientists can come
Yeah.
together because of the
Yeah,
math.
so math is a language. So I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but
No,
it
it's
is a language. So you gotta be on top of your math game.
And we're trying to get our young Black boys on top of math, technology, engineering, right?
Engineering
I
is the
don't
hardest part.
mind if the kids have a podcast.
Oh,
I don't want them to be like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a YouTuber.
But you know, I keep in touch with all the technology and stuff.
We know.
No.
We know.
I keep in touch with a lot of stuff.
I
We
hope
know.
so.
Now,
Yeah.
Junior is usually the live wire. He's really, really quiet. You the party starter.
They speak numbers.
He's all quiet.
Like I speak eating.
Yeah, you gotta bust it out, man. It's boring. Math is boring. Science is boring.
No, I like science.
But,
Science
you
isn't that
know,
boring.
But we just gotta, we just knock it out. That's what we
Well,
gotta
when you say
do.
science, what type of science? Like it's a lot of science.
All of physics. Physics is boring.
Yeah, physics can get boring.
Organic chemistry isn't. I said, and I listened to him teaching
Well, they-
y'all.
They
Oh,
build-
y'all like to build the molecular structure.
And it's
Yeah.
interesting to listen to too. When they say, okay, you mix this, these can mix with the ions and the stuff is,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go.
that's interesting. Math is interesting to a certain extent.
Remember
Not trig, right?
Remember you told me this morning. You said sodium benzoate, and I
Sodium
said,
benzoate.
hey, that's sodium benzoate. We built that. It's just it's a benzene ring.
We had
And I'm sure if you guys know, but benzene ring with the sodium.
What's it
substituent.
called? I remember is it Basketein? It's C60.
C60.
Okay, y'all
built
about
it.
to
We
talk
built
the
it.
language.
We built
the
it, but
audience
Tino
don't
Well,
understand.
yeah, he
destroyed it.
broke it. So if you guys go,
Is it basket? It's not Basketein. That's the one shaped like a basket.
that's one like that.
It's Buck. It's Buck something.
It's Buckminster Fullerene. So if you know about Fullerene, it's C60. So it's just
It's
carbon.
like a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
what
Y'all just
check
showing
that out.
off now.
Check that out, man. Check out C60, Buckminster Fullerene. You see that, and we go over stuff like that in organic chemistry.
But in addition to all of the wealth that we talk about, a lot of the legacy that we want to leave, and this is just community-wide, is the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, right? And that is just as important as the physical generational wealth. Opening their subconscious up to science, technology, engineering, math, right? Because the narrative is, let's kind of streamline them into being rappers. Let's streamline them into, now granted, right, you are the athlete,
But
you and Sean are the athletes.
I'm still knowledgeable.
Hey, yes,
I'm
you've
still,
been doing
I'm still
excellent,
knowledgeable though.
but
I've
not
been doing
the
it.
proverbial dumb jock.
Can you read it?
He said, I was gonna read it when I was done. I'm more of a science, tech, and history kind of guy. The science I like is natural sciences and astronomy. I like
Okay,
astronomy.
cousin
I like
Shango.
astronomy too, but
Who wrote that?
That's
Bitcoin.
Shango,
The
cousin
thing
Shango.
is,
Who you talking about?
sometimes you guys be giving me conflicting things because you go into the whole astronomy thing and then you say, well, the Bible says this.
Well,
so
the Bible
it gets a little,
says
like,
it's
I don't know
a
what to believe.
firmament.
I don't know what to believe with. My whole life I learned about space and everything in
We're
there.
gonna find out soon.
Well, so
I know everything about space and
she-
stuff.
Mom could be a flat earther.
Mom's a flat earther.
She might be a flat earther. We're not.
Mom
we're not
is
flat earthers.
Psalms 91. That's what mom is.
Oh, and the law.
Not 91.
I like
Psalms
studying.
119.
He said the tech I dig in is along the lines of cybersecurity, a bit of cryptography. Oh, and the law. He loves studying law. I love studying law too. Watching the cases and seeing how they do it.
Yeah, y'all
Oh,
want to
man.
Finding the obscure laws that
Sean
people
and
have.
Reginald are defense attorneys.
Yeah,
at this
if
point.
you get to find obscure laws that certain states have and stuff like that, and stuff that you can and can't do, stuff you can get away with, stuff that you can't get away with. You
Be
know,
nervous.
I gotta go.
All right, go ahead.
It's certain stuff that's
Say
that
good
you
night
can't
to
do.
them.
Yes.
Well, for them it is.
Yeah,
They're
2
2 hours
hours
ahead
ahead.
of
Oh,
us.
look, that's their time. It's
Oh,
8. Not here.
But y'all will get a lot more of the kids. We're gonna start incorporating them on the show to talk crypto, Bitcoin, precious metals, and all things generational wealth. But I'm gonna take my seat back, baby. But yeah, cousin Shango coming to visit us sometime this year. So you'll get to meet him and y'all can chop it up. All right, well, we love you guys so much. There's 52 people in the room at the hour and 11-minute mark. You know, we're not trying to persuade you guys one way or the other, but if you do have questions and you want to know more, go in the drop down and reach out to me via email, assets.arbitrage@gmail.com. And, you know, we could just point you in the right direction. We will never sell you anything, right? So we don't get any type of revenue for talking to you guys about silver. It's just something that worked great for our family. And as a nation builder, it was a way for us to change the narrative in our children's mind so that they don't grow up having that lack mindset. They have a growth mindset. They have a prosperous mindset. They have a wealth mindset. And from now, they understand the importance of generational wealth and generational wealth building in order to keep it going with my grandbabies, my great-grandbabies, and great-great-grandbabies. Because it's now starting to form as part of their collective consciousness. Meaning, when the grandchild is delivered, already in that consciousness, they have the wealth mindset. We just keep building on it.
And you know, as if you have a grandchild, you want to be building that wealth by just buying an ounce of silver. I say every week, maybe every 2 weeks.
Even if you
once
did
a
it
month.
once a month,
For that
that's 12
grandbaby.
ounces a year.
So that grandbaby get all the way up to 18, 21 when you let it go and they have something. They have something. If they had to liquidate it to get a house, it's ready. You build for them and then you build for them the whole time. And that's important. That's what we talk about. You see these guys out in this wealth group, and it's a silver and gold group, and he had a grandbaby, and he put a 1 ounce gold American Eagle
Right on the baby's third eye.
third eye.
Baby out the
And
womb,
we
2
like,
hours.
it was like, oh, he on the game.
2 hours out the womb.
2 hours out the womb with an ounce of gold on his third eye.
And that is programming that child's collective consciousness from literally moment one, not even day one, moment one. So I hope y'all are okay up there. But you hear that? That was Junior, something broken. That's why we need to stack the wealth, because we got to pay for all the broken stuff around this house with the boys. But we love y'all so much. If y'all have any questions, we're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice. But what we do is we give you the outcomes that we have. That was the journey we took to get some really good outcomes. So holla at us. Mamba out. Bye.